Welcome to Silent Stories, where the voices of the unheard echo through time. If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a whisper from the shadows. Let us know where you're watching from the comments below. We love hearing from people around the world. It was the summer of 1984 in the sleepy town of Longview, Colorado, a place where people left their doors unlocked and secrets were rare. But on the morning of July 9th, it became the center of a chilling mystery. Evelyn Moore, a spirited 9-year-old with bouncing curls and an infectious laugh, was beyond excited for a summer road trip with her father, Hank. A single dad with callous hands and gentle soul, Hank had been planning the trip for months. Just him and Evelyn, driving across the Southwest in his well-worn turquoise 1972 Dodge Dart. Their destination? Carlsbad Caverns in New Mexico. They were last seen fueling up at a Chevron on Route 287 around 10:47 a.m. Evelyn waved to the clerk, bought a pack of gum with 2 crumpled dollar bills, while Hank grabbed coffee and a map. They looked like any normal father-daughter duo, smiling, relaxed, and ready for an adventure. But they never made it to Carlsbad. In fact, they never made it past the New Mexico border. When Evelyn didn't return in time for her softball game 2 days later, her aunt, who was watching the house, panicked. A missing persons report was filed. Local authorities searched the highways, questioned gas station attendants, reviewed motel logs, but nothing. No signs of the car, no activity on Hank's bank accounts, no credible sightings. Rumors swirled. Some said Hank had kidnapped Evelyn in a custody battle. Others whispered about gambling debts or enemies from his past. But nothing in Hank's life suggested a man on the run. He was devoted to Evelyn. Everyone in Longview knew that. Years passed. Leads dried up. The case went cold. But Evelyn's mother, Loretta, Hank's estranged ex, never gave up. Every year on Evelyn's birthday, she lit a candle on the porch, set out a slice of cake, and whispered into the wind, hoping her little girl could somehow hear her. Then, in the summer of 2000, 16 years later, that candle's flame finally illuminated the truth. In El Paso, Texas, Rick Davison, owner of a rundown junkyard, was clearing out a neglected section of his property. Hidden beneath twisted beams and rusted parts, he spotted the faded frame of a car, turquoise, barely recognizable. He called in a tow team to extract it. What they uncovered sent chills down his spine. The 1972 Dodge Dart, the same one that had vanished in 1984. Inside, under a crumbling blanket in the back seat, investigators found bones. 2 sets, 1 adult, 1 child, reduced to fragments by time, heat, and desert winds. But DNA testing confirmed what many had feared. They were Hank and Evelyn Moore. The cause of death? Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Both victims. But that answer led to deeper, darker questions. How did the car end up 700 miles from where they were last seen? Why had no one found it sooner? And more urgently, who killed them? Rick Davison told police he had purchased the lot in 1998. The car, he claimed, was part of a repossessed bulk sale, one of hundreds of vehicles dumped on his property by a bankrupt towing company. He'd never examined that section. To him, it was just metal. Forensics turned the car inside out. A crowbar found in the trunk bore traces of dried blood. A cracked passenger mirror held a partial fingerprint. Faded but enough. It matched Michael Langford, a drifter, arrest record spanning 5 states. Car theft, robbery, assault. In 1984, he worked briefly at a gas station off Route 287. He vanished from Longview days after Hank and Evelyn. Langford had died in a prison brawl in 1991, stabbed in a dispute over cigarettes. He never faced trial for what he may have done, but the story didn't end there. In the glove compartment beneath a faded road map, detectives found an envelope. On it, scrawled in block letters, Loretta. Inside was a Polaroid. Evelyn, eyes wide, bruises on her arms, clutching a stuffed bear. She was seated on a motel bed, brown curtains, 80s wallpaper, a CRT TV flickering behind her. The photo was dated July 11, 1984, 2 days after the last sighting at the Chevron. There was also a note, barely legible. I didn't mean to hurt them. She's okay. I'm trying to keep her safe. Don't call the police. I'll bring her back. I promise. It wasn't signed, but the fingerprint on the paper? Langford's. That photo changed everything. Evelyn had been alive, at least for a time, possibly for days, maybe longer. That revelation cracked open the grief and replaced it with horror. The FBI re-entered the scene. Motel record from El Paso, Las Cruces, and Amarillo were dragged from dusty archives. Witnesses were questioned. A few recalled seeing a man with a young girl. One claimed she tried to say something to a maid, but was yanked away. But no hard evidence followed. The trail had gone cold. Loretta, speaking at a press conference, trembled as she held the photo. My daughter was alive. She was scared. Someone saw them. Someone helped him or chose not to help her. Please, if you know anything, speak now. She held on to hope. Irrational, stubborn, motherly hope. That maybe Evelyn had been left somewhere, had survived, had grown up. In 2003, an anonymous caller phoned a local tip line. A woman claimed she had been in a foster home in Juarez during the 80s. Said a girl named Evie had appeared one night, quiet, bruised, and never spoke again. But when authorities searched, there were no records, no trace of Evelyn. Theories exploded online. Some said Langford had trafficked her. Others believed he had a partner. Perhaps someone still out there. A few speculated Evelyn had escaped and was living under a new identity, suffering from trauma-induced amnesia. But no concrete answers emerged. To this day, Evelyn and Hank's grave sits under a weeping willow in Longview Cemetery. On her headstone, Loretta had etched, "You are always loved. You are never forgotten." Every year, someone leaves a Polaroid there. Not of Evelyn, but of a sunset or a desert highway or a motel room. And once, taped to the stone, was a single line typed on yellowing paper. She was a light I couldn't keep. Authorities believe it's an elaborate hoax, but others aren't so sure. For Loretta, the nightmare remains unsolved. "I know she's gone," she told a local reporter. But part of me wonders if somewhere out there, she's still whispering her story, hoping someone listens. Thank you for watching Silent Stories. If this story moved you, give us a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes in justice. What do you think happened in those missing days? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Until next time, remember, the truth has a voice, even if it whispers through time. Stay curious, stay kind, and stay listening.